How should people respond to an insult?
With a lot of silence. You say something ugly to me, I'm going to give it about 5 to 7 seconds and nothing. Meaning I'm going to allow your words, as if I see them, just to fall to this table here and give you a moment of like, you good with that? Like you still proud of that right there? You can take it back if you like, but I'm not taking it. And it's that mindset of, I'm not taking it. I don't have to pick it up. That's not mine. Because we get so used to catching. Just because somebody threw, we feel like we automatically have to catch. It's like, it's not tennis. It's not volleyball. You don't have to hit it back over a net. You can just let it be there. So 5 to 7 seconds of nothing in that silence. 2, what I like to do is usually ask them to repeat it. Yeah. Yeah, I usually will say, I need you to say that again. I've yet to have anybody who could do it. Because it's like they don't want to show they're ugly. They don't want that highlighted. They know what they just said. And now what they were expecting was that hit of dopamine of me giving it right back to them and feeling that sense of control. I've now put a big spotlight on their behavior, and then it's not fun at that point. They're like, I got to get out of here. Like that wasn't the hit that I was expecting. And when I say, I need you to repeat that, or I need you to say that again, they're going to have to remember their words and regurgitate them. And that usually, people don't like to extend past this feeling of being reasonable. Now, I know people will go, oh, I know lots of people are unreasonable. Listen, I have deposed probably thousands of people. I've seen lots of liars and manipulators. They never want to come across as unreasonable. Yeah. People who are like manipulating you, they're not afraid of anger. They're afraid of calm. And whenever I can show you that I'm not rising and going, how dare you, like getting this, who do you think you are kind of bow up, it's almost more scary to them if I need you to say that again. Now, most of the time what they do is they try and like, and they try to like justify.
Equivocate.
Exactly. And try and adjust in some way. Or I guess they could double down. If they do double down and repeat it, then you get to say, I thought so. Thanks. Like, just let it go. Because at that point, you're still just leaving them. They're going to remember what they said, and you're not going to be the one to remember it at all. So it's that. Another that I like to ask is, it's this, did you mean? Did you mean for that to sound as insulting as it did? Did you mean for that to embarrass me in some way? Did you mean for that to offend me or hurt me or belittle me? Or did you want me to feel less when you said that? Whenever you talk about intents, the did you mean, did you intend to, did you say that in order to, it questions the very root of their heart in that moment. Of like, why did they really say that? And they said that to hurt you, to cause that pain. And at the same time, maybe you just took it the wrong way, like in text message. Usually we have a way of reading everything negative in a text message. We never read things positive, right? I could text you, we need to talk. And nobody gets that and goes, yeah, like sick. Yes, let's go. Chris wants to talk. Let's get after it. Let's go. We always read the negative. And so did you mean is also a great way of double checking. Did you mean for that to sound like my wife and I, if I sometimes reply really quickly, she'll say, did you mean for that to sound short? No, I didn't mean to. I was just in the middle of pickup, or I was at a grocery line or whatever. You're allowing that benefit of the doubt for a second.
In both of those situations where it's not ambiguous about whether or not that was a mean message or not.
Right.
What you're doing is bringing the person's ugliness to the front.
Yep.
Because, yeah, you're right. Even when people say mean things, they feel justified in their meanness. You deserved it.
Right.
Or I'm righteous somehow. And with enough room for the heat to die down a little bit. 3,
Mm-hmm.
4, 5, 6,
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's a long time,
Yeah,
dude.
very, yeah.
Yeah. And to then basically say, do the thing again, but without the heat that powered it when you did it the first time.
Right.
Like you've run out of fuel.
Exactly.
And you're now going to have to look at it in a more sterile environment,
Right.
more plain environment.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to ask, I'm not going to infer, I'm going to ask whether the outcome that happened after you said that thing was what you meant.
Mm-hmm.
And that is you admitting to your own intent around this.
Exactly. It's like you, like imagine having to ask a girl out and she's like, well, I didn't hear you. Like, never mind. Like you don't want to ask it again. It's that feeling of like, I already said it.
Said you're so hot.
Yeah.
Chris Voss.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. And then all of a sudden you realize, no, that didn't feel good at all. And now they don't want the cheese. They just want out of the trap. You know, they just get me out of here.
Yeah.
And they're not going to want to do that because making them say it again is it's just revealing they're ugly, and darkness hates light.
You know, you were talking about inviting someone to, what are you hearing? What are you hearing from me? What is it? What did you just hear me say?
Yeah.
How are you interpreting that? You know, the idea of a steel man
Mm-hmm.
And a straw man.
Right.
So straw man representing the weakest version of someone's argument. Steel man, me saying, so we're in a debate, but what I think you're trying to say is, and I put across the best possible version of your argument.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. What you're doing with the invitation is like a reverse steel man.
Mm-hmm.
Or an invited steel man.
Right.
Saying, can you tell me
Mm-hmm.
what you're hearing me say?
Yes.
And then, okay, so no, not quite. And the same thing with the reason that you do the steel man is so I go, okay, so Jefferson, what I'm hearing from you is this and this and this. Is that right? And you go, well, actually, no. You're just saying, hey, come do the steel man thing for me.
Yes.
And then if there's anything that's not fully understood, and you're doing the same thing with the insult to a degree. It's like inviting this person to almost steel man the nuclear warhead that they just dropped on you.
Right.
You know, and probably more like a septic tank than a nuclear warhead. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
You know this big puddle of shit that's in front of us?
Yeah. You just
Is
put
that
there?
shit?
Yeah.
Or is it soup? Because I
right.
can't, to me, it
Smells
looks
the same.
and smells a lot like shit.
Yeah.
And just making sure that we're not I'm not confusing what this is.
Yeah, there's actually this like hidden power around, tell me what I'm missing. Tell me what I like, I'm missing something here. Something else is going on. And I need you to tell me what I'm missing. So lots of times I'll be in a deposition and I'll have somebody who is, I know I've caught them in a lie. There's lots of people lying under oath all the time and they have no problem with it. And because I have the evidence right here and they just don't know that I have it. And so it's often the people who it's most blatant. Like it's just they didn't have to lie about it. Like they could have just fallen on the sword, but they're so contradictory that they can't possibly not. So if I were to tell you, I feel like you're really upset, and they go, I'm not upset. I'm just like, it doesn't matter what emotion I said. They're going to always tell me, I know it's not that I'm okay. It's just it doesn't matter what it is. They're always going to contradict that. And so when I know I'm up against that kind of person, you have to do this searching with like where questions matter a whole lot more than statements. Meaning if I'm going to ask a question that is more open-ended, I'm signaling to this aspect of what am I missing here? I hear you telling me this. I'm missing where you're getting to that. Same way with the insult. What am I? You say that I'm, the worst thing. I need you to say that again because something's missing, because it's not hitting me the same way you want it to hit me. So where is that coming from? And that right there is the womp feeling, the blanket wet blanket of exactly sad emoji for them of like, it didn't work. What was missing was they were actually intending to cause pain because they're in pain. And it felt better for them to cause you pain than actually deal with their own emotions.
Before we continue, most people in their 30s are still training hard. Their protein is dialed in. They sleep better than they did in their 20s. Discipline is not the issue, but recovery feels somewhat different. Strength gains take a little longer. The margin for error starts to shrink. And that is why I'm such a huge fan of timeline. You see, mitochondria are the energy producers inside of your muscle cells. As they weaken with age, your ability to generate power and recover effectively changes, even if your habits stay strong. MitoPure from Timeline contains the only clinically validated form of urethylene A used in human trials. It promotes mitophagy, which is your body's natural process for clearing out damaged mitochondria and renewing healthy ones. In studies, this supported mitochondrial function and muscle strength in older adults. It's not about pushing harder, it's about actually supporting the cellular machinery underneath your training. If you care about staying strong into your 30s, 40s, and 50s and beyond, this is foundational. Best of all, there is a 30-day money-back guarantee plus free shipping in the US, and they ship internationally. And right now, you can get up to 20% off by going to the link in the description below or heading to timeline.com/modernwisdom and using the code modernwisdom at checkout. That's timeline.com/modernwisdom and modern wisdom.